Yo guys, what's good? It's Stinger Beats, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a Yeat type beat. I'm doing this in honor of his upcoming album 2Alivë, which is yet to be released. This is being recorded on Tuesday, February 15th, so by the time this is up, it might already be out. If it is, drop your opinions in the comment below. But without any further ado, let's just get right into this tutorial. While editing this, I realized how dead I looked inside. I had just gotten like water in my socks, and I wasn't too thrilled about that, so sorry about that. Enjoy the tutorial. Alright, so I've already got the beat made. This is a beat I made a while ago, so it's a little bit outdated, but this is the best authentic Yeat type beat that I could pull up in my files. A lot of my Yeat type beats are like faster, more dark, super trap-esque type beat. So this was like the most authentic Yeat type beat that I could find. So first thing we're going to delve into is the melody. So for all the components of the melody, I am using Sunboy WW one-shot kits. They're amazing one-shot kits with really good synths and leads for like Yeat, virtual, like digital type stuff. I definitely recommend them. So the first synth that we got in this melody is going to be this rock and roll synth. This is what it sounds like. So for these dark Yeat type beats, I definitely recommend using a minor harmonic scale. It's definitely best to get that kind of grimy, dark feel. So for Yeat type beats, you want them to be very, very repetitive. So for this one, I just have this melody right here in the first two bars. I pretty much copied over, except I just put like a little bit of like strumming and then another note right there. But other than that, it's very, very repetitive, which in these types of beats is a good thing. So I also wanted to point out in this melody that I use tension notes, which are these two notes that are a half step away from each other. This really adds to like the darkness and griminess of it. And then I have the second synth, which is basically just playing the same melody as the first synth. So for Yeat type beats, you want a lot of layering. The first component of the melody was more like electric guitar-esque, while this one is more like movie and weird and like synthetic than the other one, but them layered together just makes that first part of the melody sound complete. Alright, so next we've got this lead. I actually lied at the beginning. This one is from a Shark Boy kit, but I think the rest of the sounds are from Sunboy's kits. So this is what the lead sounds like. So for Yeat type beats, like for the leads, I definitely recommend playing around with the fifths. I think they sound the best, especially for these types of beats. Alright, next I've got a more like dry, airy kind of lead that's replicating the first lead. It's got that clicking because the one shot is like drawn out and it's playing again. I really don't know how to fix that, but you can't really hear it in the melody. If you know how to fix that, please feel free to comment that because I have no clue how to fix that. Alright, next I've got this like signature Ken Carson buzz sound. Nothing too crazy. And then last but not least for the melody, I have this bass. And altogether, this is what the melody sounds like. Alright, so now that we've got a nice foundation, let's move on to the drums. So for the 808s for Yeat type beats, I like to use very big 808s. So I have this like Wake Up Filthy-esque 808. This is what it sounds like. And you want to keep the 808 stupid simple. I have it just like that generic boom, boom, boom. That generic bounce because it's easy for rappers to flow on. It's not something that's like crazy all over the place, so that's the best way I can articulate it. Next I've got this kick to support the 808. I've got them at different notes because sometimes different notes sound better like with different notes of the 808s. Like if the 808 note is higher, sometimes a higher pitched kick sounds better. It's kind of dumb, but it sounds good with the 808, so this is what it sounds like on its own. Pretty basic stuff. Alright, next I've got the Rio Perfect clap. If you're looking for a clap, use the Rio Perfect clap. It's in its name. It's perfect. It's from the 2Alivë 10K drum kit. RIP his Instagram. Literally sounds good with any beat. Next I've just got the No Lie snare as an accent. Alright, next let's talk about the hi-hats. So Yeat's hi-hats are pretty unique and basic in the same way. Unique in the sense that this bounce or pattern isn't used very often, but basic as in it sounds pretty basic. So this is what the hi-hat sounds like. So the key for these hi-hats is you want to have those like repeating like 3-step hi-hats. I don't know if they're called 3-step, but we'll call them 3 steps. Usually they're drawn out throughout the entire thing, so it goes, but I felt like it needed some variation. Alright, next I've just got this open hat hitting on the downbeat. And this is what the drums sound like all together. They're super basic, but it works for these types of beats. Alright, now let's go over some arrangement. So for the intro, I have this like really basic, you hear it all the time, just like the gradual tempo automation. I'll show you what it sounds like. So the way you can achieve that is to just go to the tempo, right click it. You can't see it right now because for some reason OBS doesn't show like my little panels, but there's a little place that says create automation clip. You just click that and it'll create one for you. All you do is just have like this gradual slope. And I just recorded like this part of the beat in Edison. And in order to get that sound, I just hit stretch so that the time goes up and then go back to resample. Because if you leave it on stretch, it sounds like this. It sounds awful, so make sure it's on resample and make sure the time is adjusted. After that, the arrangement is pretty simple. I just have it go into like a little intro of the drums, back into melody, and then it goes into the chorus, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, outro. Pretty basic stuff. So that's gonna be the end of this tutorial. This one was kind of short because there's not a whole lot to cover with these types of beats. They're very simple, but also unique in their own aspects. Hopefully you guys learned something new. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment them down below. I'll most likely answer them. But yeah, other than that, that's gonna be it. See ya.